Welcome students to yet another video lesson. In the last video lesson, I've already told you the proportion of the portrait. In today's video class, we are going to learn how to do paint or how to paint it with watercolors. Please follow the stepwise instructions for doing the portrait and keep practicing. So make sure your drawing is very light because you're going to do with watercolors here, and watercolors always have to be used from light to dark. So first we are going to do just the wash with the skin tone, a very light wash overall. There are certain areas which are always tend to be dark on the face or which has a permanent contour shade. So there are certain areas which I'm going to leave highlight over here. Here, the center zone of the nose, the center part of the forehead, and somewhere around here. So after completing the wash with the light color, now we are going to come to the main features, because it's very important to highlight these features and do them carefully because that's a character of your portrait. So in the portrait, we will be doing the pupil first, dark, and don't forget to leave the highlight. That's very important because our shine is very constant in our eye. So in watercolors, it's very important to take just enough water and enough color because it's not easy to handle watercolors, and they smudge very quickly, and you need to really have the patience while doing it. So you have very important before applying the next layer or next darker tone, make sure that your base first layer is dried completely. If you're going to do it on the wet paint, you're going to have your sheet tearing out and you will not achieve the finishing look. So as I said, you're going to leave certain areas light and somewhere dark to give it more realistic insight. So important thing to keep in mind, the areas which are always darker, here around the nose you're going to do a bit dark, under your eyebrows, the center eyelid will be leaving little light. Here, as I've already told you, the center T-zone has to be lighter, and somewhere around the cheeks it has to be lighter. So this is how we are done with the eyes and the darker areas around the nose, so that the nose looks, it gives that 3D effect or looks uplifted. So now we are coming to the nostril, the nose. Here you're going to darken the nostrils and a bit of shape of your nose. You need to define it, but don't outline it very categorically, like entirely, because we're just gonna give the look or the shape of the nose. So coming to the lips, as I told, our upper lip appears to be a bit more darker as compared to the lower lip, so we are just going to highlight only the edge of it. Just make sure, so you have taken more color only from the corners, and remember the center part has to be left light. So now we are going to do the last part, that is the depth, the more darker intense area, which we are going to do for the brows, your eyebrows, and we are going to add more detail. As I said, it always has to be done in the strokes because then it gives more natural look the way your hair falls into the direction. Same with the neck. Neck has to be darker shade as compared to the face, because you're going to have the shade follow on it, and only then the face looks up in front. So here we are done with your portrait. Please keep it in your mind, you need to have a lot of patience. Wait for one first layer to get dry, only then apply the second layer. It comes with a practice. Keep practicing.